like I find it really funny how the Young Turks channel and their whole like network has just kind of like fallen apart over the years. Like they really have just dispersed. Like it's just kind of it's interesting. It's weird. I think it all must cuz I think Jenk is the CEO, right? I think it all must somehow reflect on him cuz the organization seems to be an extension of him. Uh And I don't know, like everybody was making those jokes about like TYT's bad hiring decisions, like, but it's so funny because like way back when, like 2015, you know, I was watching the Young Turks. I was watching the Young Turks daily, every day. I was watching the Young Turks back when I was 14 years old in 2015, in 8th grade and freshman year of high school. I was watching the Young Turks, and I was like watching secular talk. I was watching Kyle Kulinski. It was Kyle, the Young Turks, and Jimmy Dore. I was a Jimmy Dore was based back then. Um, and even back then, like I think it was even earlier than that. Like, cause here's the thing, guys. I have always been like a neat, like online kid. Like for years and years and years, I've always been like a neat like not even really because I've always been in school, but um like a night owl kind of like reclusive introverted like terminally online kid because I distinctly remember it was 2011, 10 years ago now. Holy shit. 2011 was 10 years ago. Holy fuck. That was that was that was fucking 10 years ago now. That's insanity. Guys, did you know that 2011 was 10 years ago? What? What the fuck? 10 years? What the hell? That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, it was 2011. It was 10 years ago. My grandmother, who, like, my cousins have always said, like, I've always been my grandmother's favorite of her grandkids. But, um, my grandmother got me and my older brother laptops. Apple laptops, MacBook Pros, 2011 models. Um, and it was so cool because it wasn't like the MacBooks that they had at our middle school. They were like sleek, like literally kind of like this one, except this one is even newer. This one I'm on that I use to do all this stuff is a 2016 model, I think. Hold on, I can actually check probably, right? No, actually it's a 2019 model. Interesting. Yeah, I got this in 2019 because my parents bought it for me for a laptop to take to school with me. Because my Windows one, yeah, my Windows Acer is a 2016 model. That's the one I used to record the podcasts on too. Because the mic wasn't working on here. Thank God that fixed. Because now Streamlabs doesn't work on that one. But I'm always dealing with stupid little glitches like that. It's just stupid little technical difficulties and like stupid little like rungs in the road, like little bumps in the road, like little fucking notches in the, you know what I mean? Like it's just annoying. There's so many little annoyances and irritants in my life, but um yeah, my grandmother got me and my older brother respectively our own laptops. 2011. MacBook Pros, and ever since then, I've been a hyper online person, and I was 10 in 2011. I was fucking 10 years old. um. So yeah, I've spent the whole decade being a fucking online weirdo. A terminally online neat freak. um. And yeah, like I used to play games and do stuff like before I was ever like really using like web browsers and like really surfing the web and really like using the internet proper, you know. It was a lot of gaming and stuff, but because like before that I was still a gamer kid. Like I grew up with a Wii, which was like the best console to have if you were like a kid younger than 10 and like you wanted to play games. Like a Wii was like Pog. You had to have a Wii. Like the original Wii system. Not even like a Wii like whatever it's called, fucking Nintendo Switch or whatever. Not one of those, but like a Wii with the remote and the motion capture. Every all of that stuff. That's what I grew up. That's my console that I was raised by. And then soon after that, like, oh yeah, I also had a PlayStation. I had an original PlayStation from the same grandmother, and a PS2. And I used to play Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2. That was so fun. I probably still could if I figured out how to connect it to my TV. I probably could still play that game. Right now, I could probably figure out how to play that game. I should do that sometime this summer. I should do that. Just play Battlefront 2 for the fun of it. That's one of the best games. I literally will put money on this. The original Battlefront 2 Star Wars game. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the first, like the original one that came out like years ago, like hold on, let's find out. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like the original. The original one. The one that came out in fucking 2005. That game is so fucking good. That's one of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 Classic Edition 2005 is literally one of the best games that has ever been conceived in the history of the fucking universe. Like it's literally one of the best video games. It's literally one of the best video games that has ever or will ever be made. Like it's just so fucking good. It's literally so fucking good. And you can say what you want about the graphics. It kind of barely matters. Like it's almost endearing how the game looks. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't need to look like a fucking AAA 2020 release, you know? Like it's great anyways. With all of its flaws, I love it. And that's how you can tell it's true love, you know? With all of its flaws, I love it. I love all of it. With all of its implications, all of its fucking problems and anything you could critique it for, I love it all the more for that. I love it all the more for those things. I just love the game, you know? I love that fucking game. I want to go back and play that. I want to see if I can. I've always, throughout my life, gone back to play that game. On the PlayStation 2. On the PlayStation 2. That game is so good. I remember playing that with a couple of my high school friends. That game was so fucking fun. And those nights playing that game with them was just so fun. It was just so fun. It was just so fucking fun. But yeah. Nostalgia, folks. We live in... Mark Fisher is so base. We live in an era of nostalgia, folks. We really do. This century is a century of nostalgia and ghosts. Nostalgia and ghosts. That's what it's all about. Because even this game, 2005, this game is all about nostalgia to begin with. It takes place in like the original 6 movies. The prequels and the originals. It takes place in that kind of Star Wars universe. So yeah, like, but the thing about this specific game is like it holds its own 2 feet. Like it's its own thing. You know what I mean? Like it really is its own thing. It's not just nostalgia, but I love that fucking game. It's literally one of the best games. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Soon after that, we didn't continue getting PlayStations. For some reason, we switched. We got an Xbox 360 in like 2012. Actually, I don't know. It wasn't as early as 2012. I didn't have an Xbox in middle school, did I? Did I have an Xbox in middle school? Actually, I did. I did, didn't I? I at least had an Xbox by 2014. I distinctly remember. I had an Xbox 360 by 20... I definitely had an Xbox 360 by 2014. When did the Kinect come out? Because we got the Xbox... We got the Xbox 360, like, when the Kinect came out. Released date. I think we got it that year. Oh, that came out in 2010? It can't be then. Because I didn't have an Xbox when I was 9. I must have got it in like 2013. I don't know if it was as early as 2012. Because 2012 would be the year I started 6th grade, which would be when I started middle school. I don't know if it was 2012 or 2013. But it was around that time, basically. When we got an Xbox 360. And I know this is diverging from politics. I'm talking about, like, gaming, but, like, it's connected because it's connected to technology. I'm giving you, like, the history of my life in technology. Xbox 360 with a Kinect. After the Wii and the PlayStations 1 and 2. And before that, even, like, back in those days, before I had my own laptop, before 2011, like, especially, like, 2008 through up to 2010 and 11, I was a Wizard 101 player. I've played that game on stream before. I played that game on stream in the wintertime. I made some content out of that. But yeah, like I was a Wizard 101 player. I got as far as Celestia. And I literally remember when that came out too. That was like the first time they expanded the game. They added a whole new planet called Celestia, which was like it was just so cool. And I remember there was it was like an underwater world. Like that's still my favorite world in Wizard 101. That whole universe is Celestia. Celestia is the coolest area in that whole fucking game. Where you go from level 50 to 60. That's the best area of the game. Um and I made it all the way to level 60. I beat the whole world, which means I made it to Azteca. Yeah, I made it to Azteca before I stopped playing. So I have a legendary sorcerer, a legendary balance wizard character that I still have. It's under my dead name, but I still have that account. I could literally boot that up right now and play on it. And I was playing a little bit of that more. It's still a fun game to me. It still holds up somehow. I like MMOs. I like massively multiplayer online games where it's like you have a character that you create at the beginning of the game and a bunch of other players, like literally thousands of other people on the same servers, and it's it's like an RPG basically. It's like a role-playing game. I love MMOs and RPGs. That's my shit. That's my fucking gaming shit. MMOs and RPGs. So like I remember I played Dragon Age Origins on my Xbox 360. Games like that, like Skyrim, games like Skyrim. And I play ESO. I play Elder Scrolls Online on my Xbox One that I have now too. I have my own Xbox One. Based. And the Xbox 360 is right down there. I could probably find out how to boot that up as well. But games like Skyrim, games like Wizard 101 and Dragon Age and Elder Scrolls Online and World of Warcraft was one of my favorite games of all time as well. Shit like that is my shit. Like that is, if I'm gonna play a game, I'm gonna play a game like that, you know? But yeah. Although this is taking a while, I'm talking about gaming. But yeah, I'll just switch gears now. Fucking back more into detail about